In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful.
Do you find it astonishing that a reminder should come to you from your Lord through one of your own, so He may warn you? Remember that He made you successors after the people of Noah, and increased you greatly in stature. So remember Allah's favors, so you may be successful. They said, "Have you come to us so that we would worship Allah alone and abandon what our forefathers used to worship? Then bring us what you threaten us with, if what you say is true." He said, "You will certainly be subjected to your Lord's torment and wrath. Do you dispute with me regarding the so-called gods, which you and your forefathers have made up, a practice Allah has never authorized? Then wait. I too am waiting with you." So we saved him and those with him by our mercy, and uprooted those who denied our signs. They were not believers. And to the people of Thamud, we sent their brother Saleh. He said, "O my people, worship Allah. You have no other God except Him. A clear proof has come to you from your Lord. This is Allah's she-camel as a sign to you. So leave her to graze freely on Allah's land, and do not harm her, or else you will be overcome by a painful punishment." Remember, when He made you successors after Ad, and established you in the land, and built palaces on its plains, and carved homes into mountains. So remember Allah's favor, and do not go about spreading corruption in the land. The arrogant chiefs of His people asked the lowly who believed among them, "Are you certain that Saleh has been sent by his Lord?" They replied, "We certainly believe in what he has been sent with." The arrogant said, "We surely reject what you believe in." Then they killed the she-camel, defying their Lord's command, and challenged Saleh, "Bring us what you threaten us with, if you are truly one of the messengers." Then an overwhelming earthquake struck them, and they fell lifeless in their homes. So He turned away from them, saying, "O my people, surely I conveyed to you my Lord's message and gave you sincere advice, but you do not like sincere advisers." And remember, when Lot scolded the men of his people, saying, "Do you commit a shameful deed that no man has ever done before? You lust after men instead of women. You are certainly transgressors." But his people's only response was to say, "Expel them from your land. They are a people who wish to remain chaste." So we saved him and his family, except his wife, who was one of the doomed. We poured upon them rain of brimstone. See what was the end of the wicked. And to the people of Midian, we sent their brother Shu'aib. He said, "O my people, worship Allah. You have no other God except Him. A clear proof has already come to you from your Lord. So give just measure and wait. Do not defraud people of their property, nor spread corruption in the land after it has been set in order. This is for your own good, if you are truly believers. And do not lie in ambush on every road, threatening and hindering those who believe in Allah from His path, and striving to make it appear crooked. Remember when you were few, then He increased you in number, and consider the fate of the corruptors. If some of you do believe in what I have been sent with, while others do not, then be patient until Allah judges between us. He is the best of judges." The arrogant chiefs of his people threatened, "O Shu'aib, we will certainly expel you and your fellow believers from our land, unless you return to our faith." He replied, "Even if we hate it, we would surely be fabricating a lie against Allah if we were to return to your faith after Allah has saved us from it. It does not befit us to return to it unless it is the will of Allah, our Lord. Our Lord has encompassed everything in His knowledge. In Allah we trust. Our Lord, judge between us and our people with truth. You are the best of those who judge. The disbelieving chiefs of his people threatened, if you follow Shu'aib, you will surely be losers. Then an overwhelming earthquake struck them, and they fell lifeless in their homes. Those who rejected Shu'aib were wiped out, as if they had never lived there. Those who rejected Shu'aib were the true losers. He turned away from them, saying, O my people, indeed, I have delivered to you the messages of my Lord, and gave you sincere advice. How can I then grieve for those who chose to disbelieve? Whenever we sent a prophet to a society, we afflicted its disbelieving people with suffering and adversity, so perhaps they would be humbled. Then we changed their adversity to prosperity until they flourished and argued falsely. Our forefathers too had been visited by adversity and prosperity, so we seized them by surprise while they were unaware. Had the people of those societies been faithful and mindful of Allah, we would have overwhelmed them with blessings from heaven and earth. But they disbelieved, so we seized them for what they used to commit. Did the people of those societies feel secure that our punishment would not come upon them by night while they were asleep? Or did they feel secure that our punishment would not come upon them by day while they were at play? Did they feel secure against Allah's planning? None would feel secure from Allah's planning except the losers. It is not clear to those who take over the land after the destruction of its former residents that, if we will, we can punish them too for their sins and seal their hearts so they will not hear the truth. We have narrated to you, O Prophet, some of the stories of those societies. Surely, their messengers came to them with clear proofs, but still they would not believe in what they had already denied. This is how Allah seals the hearts of the disbelievers. We did not find most of them true to their covenant. Rather, we found most of them truly rebellious. Then after them, we sent Moses with our signs to Pharaoh and his chiefs, but they wrongfully rejected him. See what was the end of the corrupters. And Moses said, O Pharaoh, I am truly a messenger from the Lord of all worlds, obliged to say nothing about Allah except the truth. Indeed, I have come to you with clear proof from your Lord, so let the children of Israel go with me. Pharaoh said, If you have come with a sign, then bring it if what you say is true. So Moses threw down his staff, and behold, it became a real snake. Then he drew his hand out of his collar, and it was shining white for all to see. The chiefs of Pharaoh's people said, He is indeed a skilled magician who seeks to drive you from your land. So Pharaoh asked, What do you propose? They replied, Let him and his brother wait and send mobilizers to all cities to bring you every clever magician. The magicians came to Pharaoh, saying, Shall we receive a suitable reward if we prevail? He replied, Yes, and you will certainly be among those closest to me. They asked, O Moses, will you cast, or shall we be the first to cast? Moses said, You first. So when they did, they deceived the eyes of the people, stunned them, and made a great display of magic. Then we inspired Moses, Throw down your staff, and behold, it devoured the objects of their illusion. So the truth prevailed, and their illusions failed. So Pharaoh and his people were defeated right there and put to shame. And the magicians fell down, prostrating. They declared, We now believe in the Lord of all worlds, the Lord of Moses and Aaron. Pharaoh threatened, "How dare you believe in him before I give you permission? This must be a conspiracy you devised in the city to drive out its people, but soon you will see. I will certainly cut off your hands and feet on opposite sides, then crucify you all." They responded, "Surely to our Lord we will all return. Your rage towards us is only because we believed in the signs of our Lord when they came to us. Our Lord, shower us with perseverance, and let us die while submitting to you." The chiefs of Pharaoh's people protested, "Are you going to leave Moses and his people free to spread corruption in the land and abandon you and your gods?" He responded, "We will kill their sons and keep their women. We will completely dominate them." Moses reassured his people, "Seek Allah's help and be patient. Indeed, the earth belongs to Allah alone. He grants it to whoever He chooses of His servants. The ultimate outcome belongs only to the righteous." They complained, "We have always been oppressed before and after you came to us with the message." He replied, "Perhaps your Lord will destroy your enemy and make you successors in the land to see what you will do. Indeed, we afflicted Pharaoh's people with famine and shortage of crops so they might come back to their senses. In times of prosperity, they said, 'This is what we deserve,' but in adversity, they blamed it on Moses and those with him. Surely, all is destined by Allah, yet most of them did not know." They said, "No matter what sign you may bring to deceive us, we will never believe in you." So we plagued them with floods, locusts, lice, frogs, and blood, all as clear signs, but they persisted in arrogance and were a wicked people. When tormented, they pleaded, "O Moses, pray to your Lord on our behalf, by virtue of the covenant He made with you. If you help remove this torment from us, we will certainly believe in you and let the children of Israel go with you." But as soon as we removed the torment from them, until they met their inevitable fate, they broke their promise. So we inflicted punishment upon them, drowning them in the sea for denying our signs and being heedless of them.